Alright, what's up you guys? Welcome to another episode of SHARKREALM, as today we have some exciting news involving the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Late last night we were given some more information on the Legacy Collection in terms of, a lot of the classic Mortal Kombat titles being for modern gen consoles. So we've got an image now, and it's more confirmation that there actually is going to be physical copies of the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, which was a topic that I talked about in my previous video, how, I assumed that it was just going to be all in digital format for the modern, collectors, and for collectors like me who are very deep into physical media, we weren't going to get anything. So I was very upset or sad or just disappointed because it'd be nice to play some classic MK titles on modern consoles. So then late last night, and we know that Evo is coming out with more information about the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. We also found out that Mortal Kombat Trilogy is also included in the Legacy Collection, which was another game that they did not have listed prior. So that makes it even more exciting because I mentioned again in my previous video that most of the iconic games were in the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, but Mortal Kombat Trilogy was not included. So now it seems like Trilogy is included, which makes it a bit more enticing to get. So here we can see in the actual photo, we have a lot of the new gen packaging in terms of PlayStation 5, Switch 2, and Xbox is also included. It's just not included in this actual image, but Xbox is part of the package as well. So that's cool that these games are coming out in a huge bundle for the modern consoles and physical media. However, this kind of screws me over in the sense that my last console is a PlayStation 4. So it makes sense why they're heading towards PlayStation 5 and probably beyond, but as someone who still owns a PlayStation 4 and not a PlayStation 5, I'm hoping that we still get a PlayStation 4 version, but that's probably going to be extremely unlikely. So I'm kind of screwed out of this situation. So, but eventually, once I get a PS5 somewhere down the line, years later, or maybe I'll just still buy the physical media games, but not own a PS5. I don't know, because I am a Mortal Kombat fan. So either way, the Atari website has the listings and the pricing for this, so let's go ahead and take a look at the website. We'll also be checking out the website Limited Games, Game Run, or whatever that's called. We'll check out some other information on what's included in this bundles and packaging. So let's go ahead and check out the official websites and stuff. So here we have from the Atari website Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Now we have different things to choose from, which we have the standard edition, which again has the Xbox on the cover there as well, PlayStation 5, and then Switch and Switch 2. So let's quickly take a look at this one and see what's in here. This will cost you $60, which seems pretty standard. I mean, it is a standard edition anyway. Let's see here. So we do have the the classic color scheme of the normal designs, which is all fine. There's nothing too different here. But the thing that makes it more enticing is that we actually have palette swaps in terms of the covers. So we have one that's called Reptile Green. We have one that's called Scorpion's Gold, wherever that is. There we go, Scorpion's Gold. We have Smoke Black, but this one is also called Sub-Zero Blue. It's probably different out of order. And then, all right, I don't think they have, oh, there we go. We have Smoke Black. So that's interesting. So we have Scorpion Gold, Reptile Green, Smoke Black, and Sub-Zero Blue. It does say right here on the bottom, available for Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch 2, Xbox XS, and PlayStation 5. So again, screws me over, but whatever, that's fine. For $60, pretty cool stuff. So yeah, all that's fine. We've talked about this before. And then we have the Legacy Collection Deluxe Edition. So this one is going to cost you $70. or sorry, $80, and for Switch 2 and PlayStation 5. I do not see it indicating anything for Xbox, which I find very interesting. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's offered in this thing. So it seems like we have a lot more interesting stuff to look at within the Deluxe Edition, which is not just the actual game itself, but we got, let's see, a collector box, we got magnets, we got the standard game, we got arcade cabinet cards, which looks pretty cool. We got the steel book with the classic Mortal Kombat logo. We got arcade flyers, which are pretty classic to the Mortal Kombat, you know, the promotions that they used to do back in the game magazines. We have lenticular cards, which is pretty cool. And then the one that I find very fascinating is they have mini marquees. I don't know what the size or dimensions of the mini marquees are, but these would be very awesome to have displayed on your wall, because the marquees definitely helped in the arcade cabinets to define like the gaming when you walked into an arcade. So that's really cool. Then the overview, let's see here. Yeah, so we've already talked about this, but so yeah, that's awesome. That's a pretty good deal. I mean, if you're a huge Mortal Kombat fan, it adds a lot of variety to it, so I have no issues with that one. So for $80 more than the base game, you're getting, you know, all this awesome stuff, so that's cool. Then we have the big beast here, which is the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection Collector's Edition. So some of the fans are kind of like, man, why can't some of the collector stuff be inside the Deluxe Edition? So this is where they kind of screw people over, but if you have the money for it, fine. But let's take a look at this one. So for $150, you're getting for Switch 2, Switch, PlayStation 5. Now this one goes back to Xbox, which is great, and this is also on Steam. So there's a little bit more interesting stuff here, and this is where I feel like the value is a bit more here, because it does a pre-order August 1st to August 31st. We have a huge Goro, says controller holder, which is dope, in the style of the original stop motion figure. So that's awesome, very nice there. Mortal Kombat logo and some skulls and stuff, very nice. So that's like one of the big incentives is a controller holder, but you know, I could really care less about that. Then one of the things here is, I'm trying to find out where, so hold on, there are other, you know, the images of the actual game in the trailer and stuff, but I'm trying to find where the big incentive is. Well, whatever, based on the image here that hopefully I can just click on, probably not. All right. But anyways, so it says here that there is a premium collection box set, which is a little bit harder for me to read here. It says it's individually numbered for full. All right, hold on. I gotta find a better photo for this. Give me 1 second. There we go. Alright, so premium collector's box set, individually numbered, foil and emboss. We have the digital stream code, PC only. We got a commemorative arcade token with acrylic display stand. Then we have, again, the Goro controller, which we talked about. Then there's the Scorpion and Sub-Zero pin set. So it doesn't really include much of the other stuff that we talked about in the Deluxe Edition, but the Collector's Edition has probably the best part of the entire thing, which is the hardcover art and lore book. Now, this is the big takeaway here, is that for those who are big fans of Mortal Kombat, there's all this interesting lore that John Tobias has done in terms of the artwork for Mortal Kombat, and the very basic origins of where Mortal Kombat originated from, and we get to see the pre-designs of certain characters before even Mortal Kombat became Mortal Kombat in 1992. So this hardcover art and lore book will probably be the biggest draw of the entire set. Now for me, if I can find this on eBay, I'd be really happy. Otherwise, someday down the line I'll get this collector's edition, but not at the moment, because again, no PlayStation 4, which is fine, but it is what it is. So now let's quickly take a look at the limited run website game, as we have the Legacy Collection, the PS5 version, like the box set, all that stuff looks really cool. Switch and all that stuff. So yeah, we've already talked about this, but we have the shipping date will be May 2026. So we still got a whole year for it, but otherwise very awesome, very cool to see these kinds of things coming into the Mortal Kombat world. So that's pretty much it, but I'm very excited or happy to see a lot of this come to fruition, because we've been waiting for this huge bundle to come out for a long time. So I want to thank you guys all for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you're excited for this, and be sure to give a like and subscribe, and thank you for supporting the channel, and I'll talk to you all next episode.